So I saw this clip out of the Northwestern Washington State about this Miss Teen. Her name is Kate Dixon, and she's 17 now. And 3 years ago, I said three. I didn't say 13. I said three. She did a video in the car with some older kids in the car, and you know how it is. This little rap music, talk stuff. She used the N word. A lot of people do. Sad to say. Anyway, she ends up winning this teen pageantry. And she's downplaying it. She's up here like, oh, that was then. That was, like 3 years ago. It's like 13 years ago when she would have been 4, so 5. Depending on how old she's close to 18. But the point is, it wasn't that long ago. How often times do I see white folks come up and say, oh, that was then on Twitter. Oh, that was then on Facebook. Irrit and grown up on social media. This ain't like you wrote it back during MySpace, and even that would be wrong. But this is in recent time. Oh, I haven't said it since then. I didn't mean it. Yeah, she was offensive. And then I saw that old pageant woman talking about, well, we knew about the tape, we all that, but we, we're gonna move on. Yeah, I think that one was of Asian descent, Mexican. I can't quite tell. But the point is this: let someone diss her culture and say that. See, black folks always get hit with this racism and nothing happens, or you get a pass. You can say the N word. Joe Rogan. How many more people keep getting or wearing blackface? Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. Oh, don't be mad. Go on and on and on and on. And it's not. I tell it all the time. It's not old. It's past like a recipe. So she's up there talking about how she didn't mean it and all that. Well, why was she awarded the award then? There was a young black girl, young black woman. She could have gotten the award. She did an interview and she said she was very distraught behind it. And rightfully so. How many times you got to come behind somebody white who says such offensive things and then got to go find somebody to sweep it up and clean it up and no one's holding accountability? And that Northwest pageantry place is embarrassing. And they're racist as far as I'm concerned because you can't condone that. You cannot go behind what happened with George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Black Lives Matter, protests, etc., and then turn around and give a white girl a crown using a racial epithet. And I expect people not to be outraged and upset. You can't do that. We spend too much time, as I say, cleaning up and picking up behind white folks' racist ways and trying to justify and clean it off and dust it off. And it's enough of that. It's enough of that. So should it be canceled? She shouldn't get the crown. She's getting rewarded for something that they knowingly she said. And she's going to get privilege because of it. Because you could say the N word. That's the sad reality. Places reward that because they want to sell because of her imagery, and they want to put put it as the it was just a moment in time of a lapse. I ain't buying this the only time she said the word. I ain't buying it. And I tell you something, history repeats itself. There'll be another place where you'll see something similar to this, because it's always the same old same. And why is it that they can acknowledge it, but they can't show reaction? Because black lives just don't have the same respect and weight in this racist country. Whoopi Goldberg said what she said, and she's silenced for 2 weeks. But this young white girl comes along, she gets a crown and says, oh, that was, that's a long time. It was 3 years ago. You 17, that's 14. I can do the math. Wasn't that long ago. And they had you on tape. You knew what you said on tape. But, Anyway, please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. And I tell you, This happens so often. White folks say racial stuff, especially when it comes to black folks, and it gets swept, and there's always some kind of like a white lie and polish it up as opposed to make them accountable. I'm out.